Well, hello and welcome. I hope you are safe and well. Today's exciting episode is a look at everything I made in January, the first month of 2024. Where is the time going? Ooh, lots of sparkles.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So last year my theme for each month was a different color each month, and this year it's a movie each month, and it was Desperately Seeking Susan. So they're sort of, well, the first thing I made was just beading because, I have mainly make tweed jackets so I can use up my very extensive bead collection. So this one was a little bit different than what I usually do. Instead of beading it all over, I did beads sort of around the bottom and going up a bit, and then from the top and sort of dripping down. And I like it, but on the subsequent one, I left a little bit of a clear line around the top and the bottom so that you could see the tweed, and it's just easier to bead that way. But I like it. I mean, it's a good stepping stone. And then I made this jacket from scratch, and it was inspired by this scene in the movie. So the teal and the two pinks. And I just, really like those colours together. Oh, this is the tweed. So I bought this in 2020. So I've had it for quite some time. My entire tweed collection I think I stopped buying them in 2020. So they're all quite old. But finally got around to making it. And the dress is just two fabrics I had, and I thought they'd look good together. They, in the movie, the main character, Susan, she has this best friend who wears vintage clothes, but it was like from the 1980s. And I guess it had never occurred to me that back in last century, even people was, wearing vintage clothing, and she's just really cool. So that's two vintage look prints, and I combined them into a dress that kind of looks vintage-ish, especially when you wear it with a sash around the waist. So I'm really happy with these three, and I think they sort of look good together, although I usually just wear my jackets with a t-shirt and jeans, but I think they look cute together. So then next up, so all those white ones there are just my project for this year, is trying to make a mock-up of every single sewing pattern that I have. So that's what they are. But I'm going to do a separate video on all the mock-ups and reviewing all the patterns. So next we have, this is my string theory jacket. It's because the colors in the tweed look like string to me. So I don't know, I bought this maybe a decade ago, such a long time ago. And I made the jacket, and I think I had it for like 5 years or something, and I couldn't decide how to bead it. And I finally put those bows on there. They're actual beads, so there's a hole in them and you just sort of stitch them on. And this one here, oh my goodness, this just took me forever. So in the movie, at the start of the movie, Susan's in Atlantic City, and she gets room service, and there's an apricot coloured lily on the room service tray, and I was like, right, I've got orange and apricot flowers, I'll make a jacket. So I made this base jacket. Here it is. I mean, if you don't want to make a jacket, obviously you can go to a thrift store and buy one, but I used 2 layers of stiff netting, or 1950s petticoat netting, and I made the jacket out of that. And I like that it's this cropped, but I didn't like this sort of, it's kind of got a V-neck, sort of. Normally the neckline is more round, but I shortened the front center panels by half. So that sort of cut out the rest of the circle of the neckline. So I changed it on the next floral jacket that I make. But anyway, so I just started by stitching on the big flowers, then I added some greenery, then I added some more flowers, and I added these these fluoro green strawberries because the gerbers needed something in the middle. And then I added the green bows, and then I added the other red strawberries, and I just love that so much. There's still a tiny bit of work to be done on it. And this dress is, again, 2 different fabrics. I just love this production still from Desperately Seeking Susan. And yeah, I just wanted to get the brightness and the energy and vibrance of all those colors. But also I just wanted to make a dress from the cotton prints that I had. So that one is just a vintage inspired one, and the orange one with the wild cherries on it is a Liberty of London print. So yeah, and I put these 3 together because I think they look cute together. And here they are from the side. Again, I do think the dresses look better when they have a sash around the waist. They look really vintage. But some of you want to see what it looks like without the sash, which is why I showed it to you. And green is my favourite colour, so I just added a green sash to it, and it sort of makes it match the jacket. I did put the floral jacket on this dress in one of my videos, and I think they look great together. But personally, I'm more comfortable just wearing either a dress or when I wear one of my jackets, they're just so extreme. I like to always dress them down and wear them with t-shirt and jeans, but that's, each their own. That's just how I wear them. So yeah, and as I said, there's still a little bit more work to do on the floral jacket, and once I've done, there's just a little bit more on the sleeves that needs to be done, and once that's done, I need to stitch the sleeves up at the back because I've sort of slashed them right up to about the elbow at the back of each sleeve, just so that you can get in and actually stitch each thing on, because it's just so awkward otherwise. But apart from that, and I think there's on the left shoulder, so I still don't know my left from my right, on the left shoulder, so the right side looking at it, I think there needs to be a flower just at the shoulder as well, or maybe some beads or something. That they look a little uneven to me, depending on what angle you look at it from. So I'll stitch a few more things on there as well. So yeah, that's these 3. I like all 4 of the dresses I made this in January, but I think this one is the one I'll probably end up wearing the most. So what's next? We'll save the glittery ones till later. We'll do this one first. So earlier this month I got out 15 of my patchwork dresses, and I forgot to get the black and white one out, and I said I would. So there you go. That is my black and white patchwork dress. It's actually made from fat quarters, and so a quarter of a yard of fabric. And yeah, there's just a different one. So I use one fat quarter for the front, one fat quarter for the back of the bodice, and then I cut some in half to do the first 2 layers, and the third layer of the skirt is just this bit of leftover fabric that I had. And yeah, I really like it. And I don't have very many black and white dresses, so yeah, this is a vintage look floral pattern. It's a quilting fabric again, and I just thought I like the sort of cartoonish illustrated scratchy illustrations of the flowers. And I think in the movie there's this scene where Roberta's husband and his sister are just yelling at each other in the kitchen, and there's a vase of flowers, so that's why I made that one. But also they have a lot of taxi cabs in there, and that's sort of the yellow and black of taxi cabs. So that was my excuse for making that dress, because I really wanted to make that fabric up into a simple dress too. And here's the jacket that I made that was inspired by those big Egyptian earrings in the movie. And yeah, as I said, it's just, I'm really just using up stuff that I have lying around. So I really think this sash looks good with, when coupled with the jacket. You can tell that those large heart-shaped beads are magenta rather than a sort of rosy red. I think they look really beautiful together. I'll show you that jacket again later. But so next I have 3 jackets, and we've got the dragon scale sequins, the green one, and we've got, these are 2, they were two base jackets. So after I'd made the apricot jacket, I decided I didn't like the neckline of that floral jacket. I made two more jackets that were going to become floral jackets. But I made this one first. It's the dragon scale sequins, or the French sequins, which means the hole isn't in the middle of the sequin, it's on the edge of it. So yeah, and I'm going to use these black glass beads that are cone shaped to do a heart on the back of the jacket. So in the movie, Susan loves this guy Jimmy, but he's in a band, so he's all over the country all the time. And when he's going to be in town, he puts a personal ad in the paper and she circles it. And I used to live in Edinburgh, and there's this thing in Edinburgh. It's sort of, well, it's just stones in the ground really, but there's also a myth about it. Anyway, it's called the Heart of Midlothian, and I have always wanted to embroider Heart of in Midlothian on the back of one of my jackets. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I might do a special Valentine's Day episode where if I can get to beading it before then, that's what I'll do. Anyway, so after I made that one, then I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a scoop neck for one of the floral jackets. And when it was just a jacket and it didn't have any flowers on it, this scoop neck jacket looked so cute. But now that it has flowers on it, it looks a bit weird and bulky, like I've got a really massive chest. And I do not have a massive chest, not by anyone's measure. So I bet, flowers are 3D. So I'm not going to make any more scoop necked floral jackets, but I am thinking about doing maybe a scoop neck sequin jacket, or maybe one that's a tweed. So we will see. Maybe I'll wait a while because I really don't like a scoop neck one. I mean, it's okay for one, but I don't want to make another one. Anyway, and the other base jacket is going to become the floral one with the autumn leaves on it for this month, actually, February. So next up we have some sunshine, and we've got first up the one based on that big earring. And yeah, I just these are things that I had, and I always wanted to use these big beads, obviously, because I bought them, but I've never really got around to it. And yeah, I'm glad they turned out, because I was a bit apprehensive because they're so big and my jackets are so small. I wasn't sure about it. But yeah, I like the finished product. I like it a lot. People mentioned that they thought it looked more Byzantine than ancient Egyptian, and I totally agree. But I'm just working with the beads that I have, and yeah, I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. And as you can see, it stepped back from the edge of the top, the neckline and the bottom. And yeah, I much prefer that than the first one I made this month in January. So I thought I'd show you footage of the actual jacket, because I did two separate episodes. In one episode, I made the jacket, and then in another one I beaded it. And because I was using heavy beads, I had to use 2 layers of structure in the jacket, and it looks like a mirror ball. It's amazing. It's so smooth. Like normally when you make a jacket out of a sequin fabric, because it's basically just this really flimsy, stretchy mesh, the jacket doesn't always look fabulous. And yeah, so that's how it looks like a mirror ball and looks so beautiful. It's got 2 layers of structure underneath it. So if you wanted to make your own, I mean, all these, if you just look at the January 2024 playlist, they're all in there. But yeah, so then next I made the Egyptian jacket. So this one was, oh my gosh, this just took me literally 2.5 months to make. So I made the base jacket in December, and then I just beaded it all throughout December and January. But in November, I'd done all the sort of planning and working out what it was going to look like and how I was going to make it. So yeah, there's quite a few videos on that one. And in every second video, I'm like, I did a tiny bit more on my Egyptian tweed. So yes, that one was definitely a labor of love. But I just, I'm so yes, extremely proud of the way that it turned out. Only finished the outer jacket. I still have to make the silk lining and then hand stitch it in. But, you know, the bulk of the work is done. And this is another one of those tenuous link dresses. So there were yellow and white flowers in in a scene set in a kitchen in Desperately Seeking Susan, and I was like, oh, I've got this cotton linen blend. In the video where I made the dress, I called it a linen, but it's a cotton linen blend. Someone got upset with me, but I would just... the vast majority of my dresses are 100% cotton. I rarely use anything else. But then, yeah, this was so pretty that, and it's a cotton linen blend that I bought it. And yeah, I personally think that if you buy linen, just 100% linen, as it ages, it's too brittle and you can't fold it the same way all the time, or it will just, like, it's the structure of the fiber doesn't age well. So yeah, as a rule, I don't buy linen. I'll buy a linen blend with something like either viscose or preferably cotton. But yeah, anyway, so I like that dress too. I will save the mock-ups, the jacket mock-ups, for another video. I've only got 2 of them were one pattern and the other 3 I didn't like so much, so I'm going to save it until I've got 2 more that I actually like, and then do a bulk review of all 6 of them. Okay, now we're going to see a quick snippet of all of them again. Oh, this is the back of the jacket. I still have a lot of work to do on this one, but I thought I'd show you it anyway. And there's like more than 1 jar of beads still to go. We'll see. Anyway, so I started with the apricot and aqua ones, and then we went on to the sort of peachy orange ones, as well as string theory. Then I showed you the taxi cab dress and the base jacket, as well as that other black and white patchwork dress. And then I love these 2 together. I might have to break my rule of only ever wearing my jackets with t-shirt and jeans, because they make a great combination. Then I showed you the dragon scale sequined one. And then I ended with these 3 little rays of sunshine. They're so gorgeous. I actually took some footage of this one here in the dark, and it looks, I guess I had to be there, but if I have to go to an opening of a play or something, or an event, I usually wear one of my blingest jackets, and that way I can still wear a t-shirt and jeans and, you know, heeled boots. But it looks very, you know, it doesn't look like I'm wearing just a t-shirt and jeans, because it's so bling. But yeah, they look so epic at night. It's amazing. But obviously they look beautiful in daylight as well. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And oh gosh, I did so much work last month. It was kind of busy work, but it was good to keep myself busy. Anyway, thanks again and happy sewing.